You're out there on the floor getting a lot of minutes as a sophomore. What's the difference between this year and last year?
Definitely confidence. When I'm on the bench, looking at those first 4 minutes, I'm analyzing the court and just seeing like what's going on, and when my number gets called, just being ready to play. But yeah, the biggest difference is just confidence. I feel like that's really all it is. Yeah.
Gicarri, just what you guys were able to do, forcing turnovers, generating offense off of defense. How big of a difference is that this year versus last year? You had Daniel blocking shots. You guys were forcing turnovers in the perimeter. That really got into your offense quite a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
How important is that?
Yeah. Just like you said, it's a big help. Get out and transition more. Just gives us more opportunities to get easy buckets, and when we get those easy buckets, we can set our defense and then just do it all over again. So I'm glad to have Daniel and Oscar with us, so we can have big fives out there that can protect the rim and help us out a little bit more than last year. So I think that's a good help.
Daniel, you got a nice ovation when you came in. Home crowd hadn't seen you in a while. You talk about, I guess, that first surge that you had, and I guess it's kind of how you're feeling and the way you were able to affect the game and how that came about.
Yeah, it's obviously great to be back. It's been a long time, but it feels amazing. Just kind of go out there and play as hard as I can. Just do whatever it takes.
Staying with Daniel, just being as active as you were, was it kind of a process playing at that level, playing with that activity level, playing that hard, having that energy?
What do you mean by process?
Well, just kind of coming back from the injury, having not been out there for a while.
Yeah, especially 3 or 4 months ago, I wasn't really feeling my full quickness and speed, but now I'm 100%. I feel great. Yeah, I'm really moving around well, I think.
Trey, obviously the shots weren't falling for the team at Kentucky. There were stretches early in this game where they weren't falling, but the team was managing to do the other things well. Was that maybe the biggest area you needed to improve on, was when shots aren't falling, how you can still, create with defense and things of that sort?
Yeah, for sure. Because defense travels, shot making doesn't always. So for our team, it's just control what you can control. I think that's kind of what Coach Payne and the rest of the staff has been harping on.
Hey, Daniel, talk about last year watching from the bench, being injured, and being out there on the floor. What was it like for you this year or this game, seeing what you could do to help this team win?
Yeah, it felt great. There was obviously a lot of things last year that I felt I could have contributed and helped out with, especially blocking shots, scoring around the basket, defending the rim. And I think I made a pretty big impact doing that today. I'm excited to do that all year.
Trey, just what kind of was the team mindset after Kentucky and the few days between now and that exhibition?
I just think it's, we have a group mindset that we need to get better. Obviously, we won this game by, however many points was it, 53, 43, but we need to get better. We still don't communicate. We still have lacks on the defensive end, and I think one of the things that our coaches are telling us is we're not playing Indy. We're playing a national championship team right now, and we have to continue to get better in those areas if we want to be there.
Mike, go ahead.
Gicarri, what was your off-season focus from a skill standpoint? What did you want to improve on coming into this year?
Yeah, definitely my catch and shoot, and then just playing off closeouts. I feel like those two are where I'm going to score the most. And then when I'm coming off different actions, look to shoot first, obviously, and then if they play me, then somebody else has to be open or behind is open. So really, I feel like throughout the off season, just every time I worked out, just going at game speed, that helped me. That helped me get quicker. I feel like my shots been getting quicker too. Everything's just been feeling more natural for me. So definitely, there was a lot of work in the off season that paid off.
How much does the 3-point shot need to be part of your game?
Yeah, definitely. It's a huge part because whenever Braden and Trey or Braden and Daniel go into that ball screen, and if both of those two guys are covered, that probably means I'm going to be open. So just being shot ready at all times is definitely very important.
So.
Gicarri, Matt mentioned the other day that one of your goals going into this year was to start. Whether you start or not, if you play like that, you're going to get minutes. Is that kind of the mindset you have to take now? Is if I come off the bench and play well, you're going to have to lead me in the game?
Yeah.
Starters minutes, basically.
Yeah, definitely starting, not starting. Just you got to have a mentality. Just play hard for however many minutes that you get without the game. That's what the coaching staff taught me. If I get 8 minutes in the game, I still got to play hard. If I get 20 minutes, I got to play hard that whole time. So whatever happens throughout the game, just play my maximum effort every single time. That's my approach.
Hey Trey, what's it like? The starting five was on the bench watching the second team out there that were probably could be starters everywhere. But what was it like for you guys sitting over there watching them compete at the highest level?
I mean, for me, it's super exciting. There's a lot of pressure, especially last year. It felt like when certain people left the floor, there was more of a drop off. We just don't have that here. People that came in today, both of these guys right here, I mean, they were the difference in the game. And when you have, like you said, all 5 starters on the bench, and your second unit is extending the lead, it means you're a really special team.
Maybe from last one.
Trey, you got a taste last year of what it would be like with Daniel on the floor and how that would help defensively. Just how's that feeling right now? How is that dynamic playing into what you guys need to accomplish defensively?
Yeah, I mean, I told him coming after halftime, just the way that he's affecting shots, even if he's not. I don't know how many blocks he got today, 2 blocks today, but even when he's not affecting shots, it's still people are still scared to go up. He's done a tremendous job of just altering shots and providing us a defensive presence that we just didn't have last year.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.